Friends and families, welcome to the Cal State Long Beach College of Business Commencement Ceremony. Now, get ready to welcome the College of Business graduating class of 2026. Graduates and guests joining us today to recognize and honor our history-making graduating class of 2026, please welcome these distinguished guests and leaders from our college and university. Ming Chen, Grand Marshal. Rod Smith, Program Director, Graduate Studies. Yu Wong, Chair, Department of Marketing. Jeff Bentley, Chair, Department of Management and Human Resource Management. Ying Lu, Chair, Department of Information Systems. Lu Shu, Chair, Department of Finance. Sudha Krishnan, Chair, Department of Accountancy. Rod Smith, Director, Graduate Programs. Sabina Reddy, Associate Dean, Administration. Mark Squazzo, Dean of the College of Business. Shauna McKeever, University Counsel. Jeff Cook, Chief Communications Officer. Chris Fowler, Chief of Staff. Dr. Brian Jackson, Interim Vice President, Information Technology. Daniel Montoya, Vice President, University Relations and Development. Scott Appel, Vice President, Administration and Finance. Dr. Beth Lesson, Vice President, Student Affairs. Dr. Karen Sissom-Gunn, Provost and Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs. Andrew Jones, former President. And Dr. Lauren Blanchard, President. California State University, Long Beach is located on the sacred site of Puvungna. We acknowledge that we are on the land of the Tongva Gabrieleño and the Ahashimenwaneño nations, who have lived and continue to live here. We recognize the Tongva and Ahashimen nations and their spiritual connection as the first stewards and the traditional caretakers of this land. We thank them for their strength, perseverance, and resistance. In 2018, the university adopted a new alma mater with lyrics by Christian Valdez and music by Kyle Gabriel, composed when both were students in the Bob Cole Conservatory of Music. To sing it for you this afternoon, please welcome Alyssa Curiel.
Home to scholars, artists, dreamers, all are welcome here. Maker of tomorrow's leaders, now and through the years. Love for all that came before us, in our hearts we hold. Always honor, truth and justice, always black and gold. Rise and innovate forever, ever higher reach. All our lives we shall remember beautiful Long Beach.
Please be seated. Now welcome to the podium, the Dean of the College of Business, Mark M. Suazo.
Good afternoon, graduates, families, friends, faculty, staff, and honored guests. Welcome to Commencement 2026. Our commencement tradition is to honor a faculty member who has provided distinguished service to the university by asking him or her to serve as Grand Marshal. This year, we honor Dr. Ming Chen. Dr. Chen joined the College of Business in 2011, teaching undergraduate and graduate courses in management and HR management and information systems. He has made substantial contributions to curriculum development and program growth. His research, which emphasizes optimization and simulation models, has been published in multiple journals, including some identified as most impactful journals in the field. He has served and chaired multiple committees at the department, college, and university levels. And as program director, he revitalized the International Business Program through tracks, curriculum, securing funding to support student travel. Thank you, Dr. Chen, for your contributions to the College of Business. We call this ceremony commencement for a reason. While today marks the completion of your academic journey, it is, more importantly, the beginning of the next chapter of your lives. Graduates, when you first arrived at Cal State Long Beach, many of you carried questions, perhaps a bit of uncertainty and dreams. Over time, those questions became insights. Those uncertainties were transformed into confidence, and those dreams became tangible goals. At the College of Business, transformation is not accidental. It is intentional. You have been part of a college committed to delivering a high-quality, inclusive, and impactful business education that prepares you to contribute meaningfully to your communities and the global economy. You experience this transformation in many ways. You worked through complex case studies that pushed you to think critically. You collaborated on group projects that taught you the importance of teamwork and accountability. You engaged in internships and professional development experiences that immersed you in real-world environments where the lessons from the classroom met the realities of the workplace. You learned not just how to succeed, but how to adapt. You learned how to communicate across differences, how to lead with integrity, and how to navigate uncertainty. Most importantly, you learned how to take calculated risks, to analyze, to decide, and to act even when outcomes were not guaranteed. That is what business leaders do. The College of Business is proud to be part of a university that serves a diverse and dynamic student body, opening doors of opportunity and advancing social mobility across our region. And today, you join a powerful network of more than 50,000 College of Business alumni who are making an impact on the greater Los Angeles metropolitan area, Orange County, and beyond. But none of this happens alone. To our outstanding faculty and dedicated staff, thank you. Thank you for your mentorship, your scholarship, and your commitment to student success. You have created an environment where students are challenged, supported, and inspired. The excellence of this college and the achievements we celebrate today are a direct reflection of your work. To the families, parents, guardians, and loved ones here today, we extend our deepest gratitude. Thank you for entrusting your students to California State University, Long Beach. We recognize the sacrifices you have made, the encouragement you have given, and the belief you have in your students. Your support has been a cornerstone of their success, and today's accomplishment belongs to you as well. Graduates, as you step into this next chapter, remember that your degree represents more than knowledge. It represents perseverance, it represents growth, and it represents your readiness to add value to your families, an organization, and society. The world you are entering will demand innovation, ethical leadership, and the courage to embrace change. You are ready. So go forward with confidence. Take those calculated risks. Continue growing and lift others as you rise. Wherever your journey takes you, never forget, you will always be part of the beach. Congratulations, class of 2026. Now, go Beach! Next, it is my great pleasure to introduce Andrew Jones, our president for this past year, for his honor and distinction serving as president. Dr. Jones.
Good afternoon, graduates of the class of 2026. And good afternoon, families, friends, faculty, and staff. Graduates, many years ago, I sat exactly where you're sitting right now. Well, actually, it was over in the upper quad, but otherwise, it was in exactly the same place you are today. It's just another hopeful graduating student at the beach, wondering where life would take me. At the time, I could not have possibly imagined the path that lay ahead, or that one day I would return here to serve this university as the first alum to occupy the president's office. When I arrived here as a student, I was full of possibility, but not yet certain where my path would lead. No one in my family had been to college, and I didn't know how to navigate the system. But like so many of you, I found mentors here. I found opportunity here, and I found a community that believed in what students from the beach could accomplish. In so many ways, this university gave me my start. That's why it's been such an honor to serve this past academic year as president. But today, the title I am most proud to hold is the one that I now share with all of you. And that title is Graduate of California State University, Long Beach. Graduates, as of today, you join a remarkable community of almost 500,000 alumni around the world. You leave this campus not only with a degree, but with a lifelong connection to this institution and to one another. Being an alum of the beach is something special. It represents resilience, opportunity, and the belief that education can change the course of lives, not just for individuals, but for families and for entire communities. So wherever life takes you next, always remember to take the beach with you. Take the work ethic you built here. Take the curiosity that brought you here. Take the belief that opportunity should be expanded for others, not just for ourselves. And if there's one thing that I hope you carry forward from your time here, it's this. The spirit of the beach does not stay on this campus. It travels with you into the world. Today is not the end of your relationship with this university. In many ways, it's just the beginning. Stay connected to the beach. Come back. Mentor students. Give back when you can. Support the next generation, because the beach will always be a part of you. To many people, the world today can feel uncertain, but moments like today remind us why the future still holds so much promise. And the future looks brighter today because graduates of the beach are entering it. So, graduates, go apply what you've learned. Go use your talents to lift others. Go build careers that matter and lives that make a difference. Go strengthen your connections to this place that helped shape you. Congratulations, class of 2026. Go make your mark on the world, and go beach. And I now have the distinct pleasure of introducing a longtime colleague and friend. I've known Dr. Lauren Blanchard for many years and have had the pleasure of working with him in the CSU system. He is a thoughtful leader, a person of deep integrity, and someone who understands the power of public higher education to transform lives. I know this university has a bright future and is in excellent hands with him at the helm. Ladies and gentlemen, the 8th president of California State University, Long Beach, Dr. Lauren Blanchard.
Thank you so much, President Jones, for your encouraging remarks and for your steady and reliable leadership this past year. Good afternoon, distinguished faculty and staff, members of the Platform Party, proud family and friends, and most importantly, graduates of the class of 2026. Today is indeed a momentous day in your educational career. Obtaining a degree from Cal State Long Beach signals to the broader society that you are ready to lead, ready to engage, and ready to contribute significantly to the public good. The commencement ceremony is far more than just a conferral of a hard-won honor. It is an announcement of your limitless potential. You can now carry the knowledge, skills, judgment, and responsibility honed here at the beach. These attributes will take you to places you cannot yet fathom, places in which you will rise as a leader and as an agent of change. As you progress into and throughout your career, remember the faculty and staff who guided you, and give thanks to the family, friends, and mentors who sustained you. In their honor, remember to lift others as you have been lifted. Help someone else to accomplish their dream. You are now an alumnus of Cal State University, Long Beach. With that distinction, your circle of influence is larger than ever. Doors will open for you and opportunities will be presented to you. Take them, revel in your triumph, see where your limitless potential will take you. Graduates, you have my sincerest congratulations on achieving today's milestone, and I wish you the absolute best in each of your future endeavors. And always, go Beach!
Occasionally, at these celebrations, we must give pause to remember and recognize those who are no longer with us. Sadly, today is one of those occasions. Today, we remember and recognize finance student Nicholas Aftura. His family, who are seated with us today, shared that Nick had a remarkable ability to make his friends laugh, and his sharp wit and creative mind showed through in his writing. He was the ultimate sports fan, especially for the Green Bay Packers. At this time, I invite Nick's family to stand so that we can acknowledge Nicholas and his great achievements in earning his Bachelor of Science in Finance. Thank you, Aftura family, for joining us today and allowing all of us to honor Nick.
Graduates and guests, we have reached your moment. We ask that you follow your faculty marshal lead's direction and begin to make your way to the main stage. While our graduates line up, please view the displays for a word from CSULB alumni and see why CSULB is where California dreams.
It's almost time.
After years of hard work,
Late nights, last-minute cramming.
You did it.
Lo hiciste.
You are ready to graduate.
Your big day is here.
Do you remember your first day at the beach?
How nervous and excited you were?
The first friends you made?
The professors you bonded with.
I've watched you grow.
Try new things, change majors.
Even doubt yourself for a time.
And make your way back.
Always finding yourself again.
I know there were times you didn't think you could do it.
Moments when you thought about quitting.
But every day, you inch toward your goal.
You prevailed.
And here you are.
You are ready to go. Ready to charge.
Ready to take the next big step.
Felicidades!
Congratulations.
This is a big deal. Know that you left your mark here at Cal State Long Beach.
On so many of us on campus.
On me.
I can see what's ahead for you.
And I'm so excited for what's coming your way.
It's a big, incredible world out there.
And you are going to shine.
I'm proud of you.
We are so proud of you.
You've done an incredible job.
It's been an honor and a joy to be here for you.
To help you find your way.
To make sure you're ready for what's next.
Come back and visit.
Cal State Long Beach will forever be your home.
Go Beach!
Go Beach!
Go Beach.
Go Beach.
I now invite the bachelor's candidates to come forward.
Cole Roberto Rabano.
Alina Anan Davis.
Nicole Salazar Magana.
Giselle Natalie Ocampo.
Sandra Lucero Garcia.
Annalie Osuna.
Donnie Chalk.
Victor Ariel Galvez. Tyler A. Halterman.
Fat Hung Duong.
Andrew Hyun Soo Song.
Aaron Parra Jr.
Abraham Sendejas.
Andrew Herrera.
Jair Argueta.
Christian Albert Velasco.
Aiden Sean Castanon. Miguel Angel Calixto.
David Martinez.
Ethan Christopher Saunders.
Dayanara Moya Geronimo.
Jacqueline Alvarado.
Ethan Anthony Padilla.
Marvin Elfert.
Ricardo Villegas.
Joshua Wyatt Fabian. Matthew Isaac Arguello.
Noah Peter Pinon.
Daniel Gonzalez.
Ashton Jacob Barragan.
Itzel Brianna Santoyo.
Alessandro Gallardo Peña.
William Joseph Dwyer.
Victoria Vam.
Fun Zhang. Cindy Monique Velasquez.
Victoria R. Ben. Brianna Marlene Fierros.
Jonathan Alessandro Lopez.
Alexander Berdode.
Joseph Tusi.
Parker Kyra Odell. Christina Naya.
Destiny Dien Tran. Vanessa Valdivia.
Max Mulhard.
Amirali Sidagati.
Matthew Dylan Dulce Ferrer.
Aaron Hayan Hernandez.
David Sandoval.
Corey Allen James.
Eduardo Pedrosa.
Joseph Calata.
John Diego Moser. Anthony Mejia. Chase Ethan Mack. Ana Sofia Rubalcaba Halil.
John Daniel Hanley.
Nayeli Rodriguez Martinez.
Abigail Delgado.
Crystal Janice Rodriguez.
Adrian Sanchez.
Jack Morris.
Clay Hopper. Victor Javier Lopez Trejo. Jessica Marie Garza.
Tyler Jeremy Tusca.
Miguel Angel Barragan Solis.
Andres Santiago Morales. Irving Rossetti.
Amber Desiree Vasquez.
Ashley Kimberly Mancia.
James C. Cruz.
Jose Marcelo Murguia.
Christopher Cardona Monzo.
Stephen Wilson.
Nihar Patel.
Delilah Chavez.
Patricio Lerner Cass.
Lynette Brenda Flores Ortiz. Jocelyn Ninette Constanza.
Srijana Subedi.
Jack Goldschmied.
Bruno Alberto Pachas.
Joshua Raul Gomez.
Camille Lee Dieppe.
Austin Salvador Villasenor.
Zachary Robert Bell. Michael Scott Flemmer. Jonathan Alexander D'Ambrosio. Alana Ray Buckles.
John Paul Lim.
Viviana Isabel Valdivia.
Dahlia Landa. Kevin Lopez Morelos.
Connie Chen.
Zorais Ahmed Hashmi.
Diane Livier Martinez.
Herbert Karki.
Paulina Franco Martinesi.
Andres Medina.
Karina Bahena.
Jocelyn Maria Palucho.
Melissa Benitez.
Haley Ramos. Eligio Arturo Marquez.
Jacob Ryan Lopez. Stephanie Garcia Santiago.
Alejandra Espinosa.
Isabel Stephanie Navarrete.
Leslie Ariana Hernandez Trejo.
Angelica Cristiana de Santiago.
Michelle Garcia Moncada.
Chantel Palomino. Tiana Thuingo.
Gustavo Diaz.
Arlette Paguada Velázquez. Isaac Cabrera Marquez.
Connor Kilroy.
Jason Lewis Khan, Nawaf Alkolak,
Cora Golden Overstreet.
Daisy Alexandra Santiago,
Tanisha Patel,
Gina B. Abo, Armando Alvarez, Samuel Doolittle, Roxanne Frucci,
Leah Mary Jones. Braden Michael Cook. Colby Jacob Hafner.
Alexis Diaz,
Andrew Enrique Martinez,
Angel Enriquez,
Salem Shehadeh, Nareg Hryer Semergian,
John Christensen,
Brandon Wynn,
Alan Lee.
Macy Lily Elizondo, Marisol Echeveste Mosqueda, Aaron Efren Cano,
Ivan Martinez, Jocelyn Bridget Perez,
Denise Montserrat Lopez. Rafael Esteban Gonzalez.
Victoria Wynn, Donovan Kenneth Potter,
Viliami Alfonso Zepeda, Tiger Tahvildari,
Arturo Gonzalez.
Sandra Wynn,
Gavin Jerry Woods,
Ahreli Jasmine Cruz,
Judith Silva,
Andrew Wayne Keller.
Josiah James Fechtelkotter, Shiva Manish Bhatia, Jose Enrique Cardona,
Nathan Richard Turley,
Matthew Jordan Packwood,
Logan Kenneth Green.
Carter Villanueva Zell,
Paul Thomas Porter, Ramon Alfredo Quevedo, Mason Jude Preston,
Andrew Alejo Avalos, Owen E. Dybel,
Tyler Valdez,
Ethan Vaughn Cole,
John Henry Weber,
Alexander Carre Alonso,
Omar Josue Morales Fernandez,
William Rowe Hemingway IV.
Ricardo de Jesus Silva Romero,
Reed Elliott Locklear.
Amy Virginia Pacino Siqueiros,
Nelson Alejandro Iraheta.
Paula Velasquez, Naila Rodlia Omariadi,
Nathan Duke Wynn,
Catherine Lamb.
Allison Hui Jen Chan,
Kayla Cao Yang, Danny Valencia,
Jose Gonzalez Andrade,
Gavin Ho Trung Hua.
Azucena Yasmin Morales, Yareli Peralta,
Moises Enrique Aviles Jr.,
Brandon Sman,
Luis Antonio Leon.
Daryl Chi,
Nehemiah Williams,
Andrew Stephen Lopez.
Ryan Carlo Rivera.
Alejandro Javier Cabrera. Ricardo del Toro Zamaron.
Paul Elijah Rodas. Nolan Olson.
Gian He Tran.
Abris Gavilanes.
Brianna Sendejas.
Malik Osman. Sebastian Edward Roan.
Nash Van Horn Ensign Weaver.
Brock Beaver.
Luke O'Driscoll Gomez.
Eric Lay.
Yahir Escudero.
April Giselle Sayens.
Hugo Lopez. Alejandro Garcia Vasquez. Eli Hernandez.
Brady Bo Soar.
Christy Chuk Lam Liu. Jingwen Liu.
Bronce A. Valone.
Devin Joji Imai.
Nicholas Mohammed Zadeh.
Martin B. Alfaro. Liam Barajas.
Ralston M. K. Luars.
Stephen Joseph Ty.
Jonathan Andrew De Leon. Gabriela Cortez.
Enrique Jesus Martinez. Julie Palma.
Adrian Alejandro Vela.
Michaela Carey Franklin.
Amelda League Nunja.
John Carlo Suceda.
Natalie Sofia Ramirez.
Sofia Cardenas.
Juan Carlos Sepulveda.
Karadine Ibrahim Bitar.
Samuel Ozuna.
Enzo Franco Cittadino.
Jared Austin Martinez.
Caitlin M. Taylor.
Jade Paredes.
Jacob Mitchell Brown.
Joseph Fuhei Liu. Keith Gardner.
Sean John Park.
Nicholas Santiago Galvan.
Armando Padilla. Ryland Elin Riadigi.
Miranda Carmos. Alexia Elise Holt.
Cesar Daniel Serrano.
Armand S. Rizzo. Manuel Macias.
Alex J. Hernandez.
Alexis Arzetta. Andres Cruz.
Rudy Razzo.
Indira Sofia Chandra.
Sasha Paulina Godinez.
Jenny Pham.
Angel Stephen Fabian.
Michael Strother.
Adamaris Moreno. Eduardo Palacios Garcia.
Julian Xavier Salazar. Troy Tran.
Jessica Michelle Rivera Reyes.
Cameron X. Hernandez. Isaias Hernandez.
Elliot Song.
Sebastian Alejandro Zamora. Adrian Marquis Sanchez.
Luis Roberto Gonzalez.
Pablo Ochoa.
William Francis Ling. Nathan Jared Loesch.
Angel Vicente.
Eric Flores. Melissa Cervantes.
Kevin Mercado.
Louis Luong.
Anthony Cabales.
Victor Alejandro Buen Abad.
Alina Wynn.
Lana Louise Chavez.
Emily P. Lee.
Bibi Kausar Tanu.
Ileana Almanza.
Nayeli Vega. Elena Concepcion Santos Gonzalez.
Nia Hikaru Kaneyuki.
Patricia Sanchez Pelayo.
Trin Pham.
Jennifer Ann Jan.
Andrew Stefano Viernes Hamias.
Alexis Murillo Vasquez Arteaga.
Emery Pham. Jessica Martinez.
Shalini Sharma.
Ingrid Vianney Antonio Cortez.
Frankie Moreno.
Miguel I. Garcia. Cliff Barnett Haynes IV. William Juarez.
Ivan Sanchez.
Chase Hoyt. Kenneth Lara. Tyga Justin Grant.
Uriel Ernesto Moran.
Elver Salgado.
Jesus Antonio Meza. Brandon Moreno.
Hector William Benitez.
Diana Inez Martinez Perez. Claudia Isabel Pacheco. Jessica Nunez.
Sandy Johanna Argueta.
Marie Florentine, Lena Cindy, Catherine Grassland Salas.
Jonathan Martinez. Jesus Ortiz.
Michael David Paule Loxon.
Nathan Vin Toe. Rocio Serrano.
Elizabeth Ann Frisch. Kendor Cortez Cruz.
Omar Ontiveros.
Edgar Leon.
Benny Wynn.
Nancy Urbina.
Laura Elizabeth Perez. Daniel Mercado.
Stephanie Torres Crowder.
Daniel Tran.
Onyinye Chukwu Oyibo Akametalu.
Karen Quiles.
Vivian V. Lee.
Henry Wynn.
Emma Lara.
Sana Omar.
Ian Kim.
Eileen Tran Nguyen.
Shelley Jeanette Fonseca.
Leslie Gallo.
Benjamin A. Rodriguez. Christian James Padilla.
Aaron Thomas Hatfield.
Enzo Giovanni Tuberosi.
Jasmine Medina. Carlos Daniel Ramirez Cervantes.
Abraham Guzman.
Rodrigo Rivera Vazquez.
Nicole Alia Flores.
Leonardo Marcial Santiago.
Cynthia Jimenez Gutierrez. Victor Daniel Garcia.
Barbara Angela Rios Garcia.
Maria de Fatima Alfaro.
Andrea Melanie Lopez Serna.
Balam Yahir Velasquez.
Kirin Chow.
Laysock Marlene Hing.
Cole Thomas Sullivan.
Annalise Nika Hoveda.
Natalie Arlene Revelez.
Lauren Grace Segui.
Leo Ogawa.
Shingo Kanemoto. Yu Katayama.
Simon Paul Funk.
Alvin Tuan Ngo.
Patrick Miguel Garcia.
Crystal Stephanie Daya.
Mindy Wynn.
Christopher Alberto Gutierrez.
Rachel Lee Yamato.
Brian Alexander Izaguirre.
Jorge Elias Santos.
Emily Garza Linos.
Brian Omar Ugarte.
Brian Mendoza. Omar Marcel Perez. DMN Pham.
Queen Le Nok Lu. Hu Lok Le. Angel Moises Lopez. Michael Wilder Gutierrez.
Kaiser Soto.
Kimberly Palayo.
Terriona Catherine May Ellis.
Presley Anne-Marie Sperber. Annabelle Sanchez.
Alison Olaez. Jaime Gael Palomar.
Israel Cortez.
Connor James Marin. Thomas Michael Munoz. Edward Maanya Jr.
Vincent Valenzuela. Nicolas Sendis.
Paul Allen Salazar Alcantara. Fernando Baena. Daniel Joseph Brenza.
Taha Tariq.
Gabriel Alexander Aras. Daniel Avila.
Christopher Park. Brian Wynn.
Sujin Yoon.
Edgar Ruiz.
Berenice Sanchez.
Kelly Campbell.
Heather Wiesenberger. Isidro Tapia.
Daniela Isabel Garcia.
Thomas Patrick Beltran.
Cami V. Trong.
Ana A. Bon Garcia. Stephanie Lydia Covarrubias.
Ryan J. Lin.
Rosalie De La Cruz. Sarah Angel Chum.
Mason Mitchell K.
Vihara Fernando. Paola Castro Carrillo.
Celine Elizabeth Rubalcava.
Daniela Abundis.
Alejandra Magali Ramos. Elian Ernesto Marroquin Panamino. Haley Huen Win.
Jocelyn Flores. Christian A. De Leon. Jennifer Carbajal.
Leslie Marie Valenzuela.
Nereida Franco Palacios. Isaac Rafael Cazada Viramontes. Haley Van and Go. Ashley Giselle Martinez Gomez.
Dominic Christopher Laney.
Dane Michael Nagel.
Euridia Leon.
Lisbeth Flores.
Brianna Leanne Hernandez.
Adonis Francis Bundalian. Brandon Joshua Christian.
Amy Yumi Tran.
Karen Rivas. Hindi Bikenguyen.
Thomas Qui Tran.
Jackson Scott Pizarro.
Jesus Fernandez.
Ricardo Alexander Plasencia.
Matthew Timmons.
Chase Warren Evans.
Lexi Thompson.
Hironori Ozawa.
Kai Stallone.
Alize Evie Cortez.
Kevin Fung.
Kiana Kuwabara.
Kobe Tom.
Rasha Jafar Jassim.
Christopher Dylan Seifert.
Jessica Destiny Arellano.
Vianney Vaca Herrera.
Karen Meza Flores.
Gracia Paula Soto Arenas. Emily Lucero Santiago Meza. Desiree Sotelo. Fraulein Vang.
Jason Edward Duggs.
Mari Igarashi.
Charlene Jael Chua Bagcat.
Jose Castulo Garcia.
Mark D. Ramos.
Martine C. Trejo.
Venora Haley Pierce.
Richard V. Duong. Brianna Nguyen Cao. Brandon Alexis Carrillo.
Jesus Junior Suarez Ochoa.
Maulida Kajibayeva.
Aaron Ricasata.
Tasman Lucinda Warner.
Elizabeth Margaret Payne. Zoe Nicole Ruffiner. Tu Nan Fan. Khan Gun Fan.
An T. Mai Truong.
Domingo Rivas Santos.
Eduardo Alvarez. Christopher Glenn Ferreira.
Andrew Thomas Pham.
Jenny Tai.
Isabella Doan.
Minerva Jessica Zamora.
Emily Liu.
Christopher Thomas Tang.
Dustin L. Ng.
Elizabeth Hernandez.
Christopher Hoan Tran. Fetcherat Warapoj.
Utasil
Brianne Bowen.
Lizette Mendez.
Andrew Camacho. Edwin Cruz. Brittany Lopez Cruz.
Ana G. Hernandez. Sidlali Amaret Gonzalez. Yesenia Kennedy.
Lucas P. Picarelli.
Ryan Milo Vallejo.
Willis Atkinson.
Rafi Rahmani.
Andrew Huynh.
Story Owie Noble.
Sabrina Ann Larson. Natalie Marie Lipari. Emma Elizabeth Kenny.
Dylan Din. Ethan T. Klein.
Donovan Peterson.
Olivia Lauren Garcia.
Oswoy Yahir Vazquez.
Daniela Alejandra Alas.
Ayana Vasquez. Giovanni R. Villanueva.
Trafton Asher Meadows.
Christian Gallagher. Madeline Elena Liu. Gina Truk Huynh.
Madeline Salazar Lopez.
Lily Rosen. Emily Rojas.
Yareli Lopez.
Braden Abadia.
Faith Gruezo.
Sam Renstrom.
Davin Dominic Din.
Jamie Brooke Karlowich.
Joseph Manuel de la Torre.
Ariaki Kargathara. Snow Huynh Noin.
Andrew Scott Montero Jr. Akash Puri.
Alec Antonio Villarreal Zazueta.
Cale Garriott.
Trun Knock Bao Tran. Carter Vu. Wolfgang Jackson Worthgen. Jason Hui Vu.
Andy Avery. Soraya Azizi.
Derek Joseph Takorda Siskar.
Jesus Javier Barba. Sophia Leilani Collins. Mariana Chico. Rosa Arlene de Jesus.
Mia Elise Destiny Lizama.
Samuel Jose Rivas.
Kevin Lamont Williams.
Valeria Camila Elguera Grandes. Arissa Marie Avalos.
Layla Hernandez.
Telma Alejandra Mejia. Noah Bao Kwok Win. Rachel Tu Quach. Ainsley O'Brien.
Ashley Krusik.
Cashin Blue Tomlinson. Nolan Cooper Verdu.
Emily June Mays.
Alejandro Fabian Salinas.
Brandy Martinez.
Anastasia Krakowski.
Dara Eunice Prado.
Samantha Sue Trevecki.
Dana Hernandez.
Jocelyn Mendoza. Akari Mient. Citlali Perez. Jose David Rodarte.
Kevin Ori Davalos.
Angela Valeria Gonzalez. Alicia Dolores Lopez. Estefania Leon.
Savannah Page Smethurst.
Kaylee A. Ramirez.
Pierre D. Belas. Bea Francesca Santos de Leon.
Chelsea Vanessa Valdivia.
Matthew V. Martinez.
Matthew Chrisman Hall.
Tyler Valdez. Alejandra Vasquez. Jazira Sanchez.
Sabrina Bianca Ewell.
Josue Adrian Zuniga. Emily Zuniga. Sabrina Lynn Tunn.
Paige Jamieson Cruz.
Catherine Juliana Tavares.
Nicole Wynn.
Shane Brent Garvey.
Gavin Muckey.
Allison Lee Galato. Arena Kareth Hernandez.
Jacob E. Polo.
Katie Ha.
Dante Paulo Romeo.
Sean Kohlberg McClung.
Susie Parr.
Paulina Sherry Beckman.
Manuel Adrian Gonzalez III.
Matthew Nance. Dylan James Puerta.
Aristide James Highland.
Arden Sutirnit Ork. Marcus Ryan Martellino. Jalissa Mariah Mason. Jocelyn Perez. Elijah David Morley.
Esdeen El Haluti.
Thalia Denise Filippini.
Amanda Michelle Palomo.
Teresa Tran Lee.
Nup Tui Lin Tran.
Ashley Seatlali Pacheco. Frank Anthony Renteria.
Kokoro Watanabe.
Maggie Liang.
New Quinn Pham Doan. Angeli Brianna Perez. Christina Louis Morris.
Ella May Hoffman. Matthew Kyle Knopf.
Wes Leighton Go.
Hui An Lee. Kayla Jadari.
Alex Rea.
Marlena Thornburg.
Brandon Taylor Lamb. Roger Huang.
Krasan Victor Azrael Sai. Brandon Umamoto. Alfred Michael Sines.
Finley Brown. Laurencio Andres.
Grace Francis Spicer. Shaylin Nguyen Tran.
Cassidy T. Wynn.
Brittany Elvira Gonzalez.
Isabel Avila.
Destiny Joy Ramos.
Melanie San Juan Pacheco.
Brian Guzman. Edgar Garibay. Rodrigo Lara.
Kane Buskiness.
Celeste Guadalupe Medina.
Desley Lopez.
Sean Henry Mogel.
Alec Haro.
Bishoy R.R. Ramsey.
Stephanie Guerra.
David Torres.
Koa An Win.
Elena Schmidt. Carmen Nicole Champ.
Edwin Vasquez Carrillo.
Alyssa Gomez.
Emma N. Navarrete.
Maya Lee Tran Boutros.
Leanne Tu Doan.
Crystal Tran.
Taylor Page Hagena.
Jesse Corral.
Sophia Lushla Lopreato.
Natalie Diane Nybert.
Miami Brielle Holmes.
Daniela Manoya.
Renee Wing.
Toriola Oluwa Timothy Adioti. Jada Dion Bonner.
Jada Lorraine McDonald.
Sarah Elizabeth Demler. Steve Alfred De Leon.
Emily Dene Rubinov.
Andrea Camila Siriani. Ariana Celeste Simental. Jennifer Zapata.
Kathleen S. Duet. Aiden Michael Banks.
Rose Jahanara.
Bella Sophia Fasano.
Jeanette Galvan Ulloa. Ariana Fernanda Gomez.
Kate Ortega.
Tiana Venice Little.
Monica Nicole Zaki.
Julia Madeline Harsh. Sophia Rose Godinez. Ava Daisy Lasky.
Jessica Chavez.
Joanna Lizeth Harrow.
Maria Lizeth Villatoro.
Emily Riel.
Ashley Velasquez.
Alexa Gabriela Marroquin.
Kelly T. Than Vo. Brenda Karen Sandoval Estrada. Erendida Zamaniego.
Lillian Din.
Sydney Manalang.
Kaylee Jade Sarreal.
Adelina Ordanes. Allison Soperani Povey.
Melissa Castillo.
Kevin Omar Mata.
Diana Medina.
Sandra Itzel Zepeda.
Dustin Panachai Bushyakanist. Travis Bird.
Adair Santibanez.
Caleb Daniel Magzambol.
Allison Tang. Jaime Vega Jr. Emily Elizabeth Valle.
China Ravi Pomsuvan.
Raquel Alejandra Alvarez Garcia.
Leah Larissa Sanchez.
Yasmin Sayeda Bukhari.
Mailia Sato.
Aiden C. Muniz.
Taylor N. Tran.
Cassandra Flores. Giselle Alexia Alonso.
Giselle Vieira. Kiara Kaya Sumi.
Elise Kiana Bagley.
Kylie Hannah Treichler.
Riley Aaron Myers.
Connor Avila.
Sophia Emily Quintana.
Andrea Sanchez.
Stephanie Rodriguez. Sonali Dol Malhi.
Emily Elizabeth Cox.
Dahlia Renee Medina. Allison Christine Perez Martel.
Ariana Santillan.
Dina Fatalahi.
Samara Adriana Plasencia. Ryan Jarrett Rodriguez.
Berenice Castro. Allison Arellano. Alisa Marie Ebel.
Maria Alejandra Gomez. Natalie Raquel Lopez. Brianna Nicole Gonzalez.
Knethan Castro.
Imani L. Navarro.
Kayla Pengliap Coy.
Sarah Fatemi.
Sarah Sinbari.
Jaden Hunter Doyle.
Katrina Halili Ponko.
Leah Valdes. Julia Chung Tav. Alexis Viana.
Alexander Raymond Kazovich.
Gerard Ungos.
Miguel Arreola Padilla.
Jonathan Martin Marine.
Julia Elsa Clark.
Dora Giovanna Miraz. Ivy V. Foe.
Melanie Chin.
Michelle Renteria.
Brenda Esquivias.
John Martin Punongbayan.
Jaylene Natalie Gonzalez.
Yaeli Velasco.
Saraí Alejandra Arteaga Covarrubias.
Nayeli Garcia.
Melanie De Leon.
Jimena Osorio.
Cruz Ronaldo Hernandez.
Shannon Collins.
Luke Hunter Morton.
Christopher James Langevin.
Isabella Olivaria.
Lido Albiani.
Tochi Chad Ndu.
Juan Pedro Escobar.
Karthik Sharma.
Christian Kim.
William Dresser McCain. Cooper Myers Franklin Moore. Spencer Michael Moffett. Kelly Matson.
Leah Kaylee Ismagill.
Stephanie Vaca.
Abraham Pablo Rodriguez.
Clarissa Fierro.
Mira Wang.
Alexandria Lynn Dente Kata.
Koa Lei Tran.
Caleb Michael Gossett.
Ramon Beltran.
Taylor Jolie Monzon. Wendy Montoya. Adrian Noquez.
Tristan Lawrence Washington.
President Blanchard, these candidates have satisfactorily completed all the requirements for their respective degrees and have been approved by the faculty to receive their degrees.
Would all students now please stand? Graduates, please stand. You have been recommended to me by the Provost and Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs, by your Dean, and by your distinguished faculty members here today. Therefore, by the authority vested in me by the Chancellor and the Board of Trustees of the California State University, I confer upon each of you who has fulfilled the requirements the appropriate bachelor's degree with all rights, all privileges pertaining thereto. Baccalaureate graduates, you may now move your tassel to the left side of your caps, signifying completion of your undergraduate degree. Congratulations, class of 2026.
That concludes today's program. Guests, we ask that you please remain seated until the recessional has been completed. Let the recessional begin.